We are not held responsible for any injuries that may occur when attempting to recreate or copy these videos and what you see in them. Enjoy the show. Howdy, everybody. Alrighty, on this episode we're going to be working on today, we have another indoor project, much like the plaster one. This has to deal with an older style door, and it's a closet door. I'll show it to you real quick. This is to our entryway closet. You can tell this is original built. Well, I can't say original, we didn't put it in. And because it is an older style door, it has multiple layers. It's a hollow base door. Come down here. But as you can see, we're starting to split here, and we got a little bit of imperfections, and unfortunately underneath it has fallen out, and as I just made more fall out. That's hilariously lovely. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking all the pieces that we can, adjusting them into place, and this is actually the runner board underneath it. Going to be adjusting them, gluing them up, and I'm pretty sure they fall in different sections in here, so it's going to be kind of fun to push them into place and adjust them. Glue them down, ratchet them down, and then we're going to see what we can do to make sure we keep this door as long as possible, because the whole point is longevity versus just replacement. In some cases, keeps it original to the house, keeps everything good. Anyways, enjoy the episode. Howdy. Alrighty. What I've done is I've taken off one panel of this door. And as you can see, it is basically, I don't know what you consider the board here. A few pieces of runner boards. Piece of rough cut 2x4 on both sides, so that way whenever they originally designed this out, you could have put the pieces on either side. And then it's got this material. It's basically like MDF, for lack of a better term. You can tell whenever they were building this originally, they did not machine this stuff down properly, nor did they glue it. If you can see, you've got a line going here, got a line going here, you know, they're a little bit off. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking our 60 and 150 grit sandpaper. Of course, we're going to be using 60 grit. I'm going to get this stuff off, actually. Well, it kind of comes off my fingers. Off here. Then, I don't know why. Oh, that's why. Because apparently this door wasn't the dimensions that they wanted, so they cut this down. And as you can see, this should have a wave block securing it, but it doesn't. And I'm guessing they just put this in as a filler, which is actually really smart. If you have a door that's not the right size, it's a little bit long, or if you can't find one that fits just perfectly, you can always plane it down or machine it down to get it to where you need it to be. But like I said, we're trying to save this door. We got some liquid nail heavy duty. Might not need heavy duty, not gonna lie. But the reason I'm using it is because, well, it's cheap. You can get about 24 or 26 tubes for like $40 at your local hardware store. Lowe's probably, that's what I use. I really should go peruse the other hardware stores, but that's a video for a later day. As you can see here, this is the header board. So actually, if you look, you can tell they planed, sorry, I keep using the middle finger, I don't know why. They planed it down, so this door was honestly about 2 inches longer. Let's see, yeah, 2 inches longer at the bottom. They just cut it down and make it fit in the hallway. Like I said, we're going to be sanding this down, roughing up the surface, including on here. And we have a little bit of disjointing here, but not here. So we're going to be gluing this together, and then we are going to be using our toe straps here as clamps, because I don't have actual formal clamps. It's a little bit cheaper to do it that way. Then I have a sandwich board I'm actually going to put on top, then clamp it to the actual table itself to kind of act as basically pressure boards. That way I'm not actually damaging the door itself, because she is a little bit of an older door. I'm going to check all these pieces, sand them down, glue them if need be. Put a smear of glue it down, and let it set. And then probably the next video is going to be the installation of the door, reinstallation of the door. And I think what I'm also going to do, because of how thin this is, I think I'm going to come in after I glue it, and just to give me a little bit added support, I'm going to come in here with some thin finishing nails. I'm probably going to drill the hole first and then put the finishing nails. You know, you always do a hair smaller than the nail itself. That way the nail kind of gives a little bit. I'm not as skilled as like the samurai carpenter or anything like that, just using wooden dowels, because that dude is a freaking wizard. If you see this video, I'm giving salute to you with all the woodworking you do. I wish I could do something like Chandler Dickinson, where I could actually just make a door out of metal, because that would be really sexy too. Or is that not Alpha? One of those guys. Anyways, thank you. Follow along. Howdy, 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 everybody. As you can see, got the door reinstalled. Able to get it glued up. It's pretty well solid now. There's a little bit of a gap, and a little bit of stuff that needs to be scraped off, but other than that, nothing that can't get resolved with a little bit of paint. It fits relatively nicely, with it being a colder door than it originally was. It's got a little bit of a gapping issue that gets resolved through heat, I guess you could say. Anyways, kept all the mechanical pieces. Y'all saw the guts of this thing too. That's not my fault. Kept everything in place while we were working, so one less step, you know, didn't have to recut any holes, anything crazy like that. But yeah, I mean, it swings just like it used to, closes like it used to. It's a good piece, all done. Didn't take that much work, didn't take that much effort, didn't take that much materials, and saved myself having to replace an entire door. So a few hours versus a few hundred hours, I think I'd go with that. And for all those that are probably going to say, oh, it doesn't take a few hundred hours to swap out a door, it does when you don't know what you're doing. Okay? Thank you. Anyways, hope you enjoy this video, hope you learned something, and hopefully one day if you come across having to replace a door, you figure out how to save the door instead of having to replace it. Anyways, this is the Madman at Duncan Junction, signing off. Enjoy the show.